folks, as spring is starting to roll around and making plans for gardens, whether it be tilling up your quarter acre and going at that, or thinking of some raised beds, did want to cover just what we have at the farm here a little bit. The raised beds are nice, very popular for folks, especially on a smaller scale, allow you to garden in a space and not have to worry about your walkways or getting into the garden to get at your garden, to get at your plants to harvest. So they're nice in the sense that you can reach anywhere without having to step up in. A little bit easier on the weeding control as well, a little bit easier on the bending if they're raised up a little bit too. Probably the biggest advantage of raised beds is the sense of you get to fill it with nice dirt. You're off and running first year with pretty good results. The beds themselves, if you're thinking of herbs and vegetables, the beds themselves are a third topsoil, a third compost, and a third sand if you can manage it. And the sand, really the big coarse grain is what you're after. So no big box stores on that one, unfortunately. More so your specialty Luckstone, places like that have it. As far as the sand, that's the drainage component. The compost is your trace minerals and elements. So compost is not manure. Manure is a fertilizer for the plants, whereas a compost or a soil amendment is actually for the health of the soil. And then the topsoil is just for fill there. So third, just mix it all up, don't have to layer it. So the raised bed mix is great to actually fill the bed if you're looking for a nice, easy, convenient way that's in a bag, ready to go. Once you've filled the bed though, this is a good idea for your first year applications, and we continue to do it each year as the bed does settle just a little bit. But the mushroom compost is fantastic. So that's a soil amendment, helps with the health of your soil, and then the mushroom compost just lays over top. Really, we don't bother tilling it in or adding it into the top 6 inches or something like that. We just lay it on top, plant directly into it, up and running, and then over time it'll blend into the soil. Once you're done filling your bed, then you'll want to consider kind of the size and the depth. The beds that we have for sale out of the farm are Virginia grown cedar, so very natural, and they're going to last quite a long time, so have them in all shapes and sizes. Just let us know and try to figure out what we can do for you. Really on the depth though, that's one of the most important things. If you're doing vegetables in a raised bed, you want about 12 inches of depth. Really does well for your vegetables, more so than your herbs. Herbs are fine in 6 to 8. Really, once you get to the 12 though, you get to put your tomatoes and your peppers and have them do very well and produce a lot for you. So as far as the bed, you can put it to different sizes. Obviously you can do with whatever suits your space, but the depth is pretty important there. So 12 inches is a good place to start if you can. The bed itself, once it's filled and ready, you're up and running within a weekend. Style of raised bed that you may consider is those that are raised completely above the ground. These are super convenient. Get them really close to the house. That's kind of what they're made for, is to be as convenient as they can. Back deck, patio, something like that, which gets them right at your fingertips, and you're using it a lot, which engages you well, gets you productive on the side of using the actual herbs and greens and vegetables that are coming out, and then helps you get your return on investment nice and quickly too. So essentially they're a giant container on legs, or more of a small raised bed raised up. So right there in the middle, that raised bed mix, all you need to fill it with has the sand already in it. Nice easy way to get it done. And then like we were talking about before, you just put that mushroom compost on top, trace minerals and elements, you're off and running straight away. So if this is more so your style, no bending, no weeding. Obviously with these, you're paying for the convenience of raising it up versus the larger ones, which will end up being bigger. So hopefully that helps you out. Look forward to seeing you at the farm.